Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Dinosaur Games Train Sim World 2. Big update today, the Creators Club's released. So, long story short, one thing that Dinosaur Games have been trying to do for a little while now is enable their Dovetail Live system to allow livery shares and kind of cross-compatibility play within PC and console. And the first kind of step into that is through their Creators Club. So what this is a brand new part of Train Sim World, which lets you share liveries and scenarios onto Dovetail Live and then download them on any console, any PC, any whatever. It's looking really good. So, I mean, you already straight away can see you've got several liveries and trains and scenarios what's going up as well. A lot of these trains looking very good. So you've got the DRL BR146, you've got the IC2 Dostos, like the original Doshban colours, white and red, not red and white. Class 277 in NHS livery, although this I imagine is missing the... Actually, make a good Southern logo, because I know GTR has got the what do you call it? Has got the licensing for it. So one of the big parts behind the Creator update is the ability for licensing to allow some companies to exist, some companies not. As time goes on, more liveries and more updates and more companies and partners will appear. But it's just a nice little extra that hopefully the Jasons will be the owner of the Facebook group. That's pretty good. There's an Express Class 802. Download that. Yeah, so it's a really good update that does deserve a little bit of time to look at. So I have some scenarios and liveries to download, and then we're going to give some of these a try. So I don't feel any like kind of full-length scenarios just yet. Like a first look at the release. So the most popular here right now is InCity 2, which has a total of 598 downloads. So it's a class IC2. 146 typical ICE look. So it's nice. An ICE look train. There we go. So it starts at Dresden, takes you to Drawyah. Requires content. To be fair, well, I own all the content. I just haven't got all of it installed because of the hard drive space. I think I'm going to have to go back and I've got the rest of it downloaded. But I know that one as well. So step behind another train lifestyle. Basically, it's a scenario that created by Mega Sim. There you go. Shout out to you, dude. Basically, so it sits you behind like another train, and then you have to run behind it. Signals got to be very careful with. So HC West Cornwall. I've got something similar already. I created like a modern day scenario for Great Western. If we go to my own mods, I have uploaded a couple of Great Western liveries, as well as a few Great Western scenarios as well. I'm downloading. Yeah, it's just a little bit of fun that. So what else have you got? We've got HC West Cornwall. That's fine. I've got the stuff behind. Download that. What else have we got? We've got the Los Angeles and Newton, and that uses the 314 and 318 deliveries for these. So we've downloaded this scenario, price livery, so we'll download BDL Houston's livery for, there you go, Carmine. So it's looking really good there. So Carmine, for example, that was the original livery for the 314s that operated here before it got to ScotRail. So download that. This is a bit of fun, a few scenarios, a few routes that exist. You can search, for example, class 1... sorry, go back. Is that a Reaver Trains I saw there? Sure I saw any Reaver Trains there. If I search 150... Now show me all the results for 150. So you got... oh wow, that's the original ScotRail National Express. Download that. Like I say, there's a lot. There's a Reaver Trains Wales. There you go. Class 150 Reaver Trains. Download that. This is a bit of fun, cross-platform livery sharing. Does look really good. This. What's got first Great Western. That's not the best livery in the world, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, what Network South East? Definitely know that. Enough train liveries now. Let's have a look at some scenarios. So let's go back to the scenarios list. Let me just search for Great Western. What do we get? Nothing. First Great Western. Answer is, yeah, we got a few First Great Western options. Got HSC Eastbourne to Brighton. Don't know if that quite ran in this direction. First Great Western for console users, yes. So they also managed to unlock the old purple First Great Western livery for Train Sim for console users to enjoy. It's a bit naughty that, but so not gonna require anything. Don't you worry, guys. GWR, anything there? You got a few modern day. So you got, there you go. Great was. Rush Hour Commute Modern. Oh, there you go, a few trains coming out. Should put that livery, I must admit. But it's basically just a whole bunch of liveries and scenarios you can download and enjoy it for your own use. Right, let's give this one a go. So we downloaded that London Underground one, so try and find the underground routes. There you go, Bakerloo line. We go to Tools, go to Scenario Planner, and stock at Reds. That's the one. So this is the one we just downloaded, which is basically putting us behind a stopping service all the way through. So we'll do like a full run. We'll do like half scenarios. We'll start off a few routes with a few stations, and we'll look at another one. So only a first look at the creators updates. So if they don't really go through, well, yeah, we're going to go through the whole setup for everything. Right, so vehicle and train, set the master key in, control switch on, train into, master key in, train to enter. Why are we not, there we go, that's what I wanted, right. Set the traction to off and release. Now resets, train to forward, and hopefully, with any luck, into Edmonton Castle. Oops, button. Oh, we spanned it straight away. Yeah, so got to be careful with this scenario. There's a train in front of us. We do need to be very careful with our signalling and control. That's enough to get it on the map before we get going. So that's our train. You can see Edmonton Castle right now. Train currently waiting in the platform. Right, start again, shall we? Sound a bit more properly, aka different signals. Control switch on, take a seat, master key in, train to should be enter. Move the traction control into the off position. Wall alarm resets. And there is a red signal, apparently 19 yards in front of us. So we'll wait for the train in front to disappear, and then that's what's going. While we're at it, make sure that the saloon lighting and heating is set. So that and that. No, sound ones. Red buttons. So red set, black's the strip. Gauge lights on, dash lights on, cab lights off. I'll keep it on for now. Headlights on, tail lights off, on and on. That's for the rear. Set our destination to look at our scenario. So we terminate at Queen's Park. So we'll set our destination blinder to Queen's Park. Right, as soon as we're ready to depart, we should be good to go. As we're right, both left after you actually do the bidirectional lights as well. So even on the right hand side, just so we're not going to blind ourselves entirely this train. Right, how are you doing? You are now departing Elephant Castle, so we should be able to depart on our own very shortly. In a Bakerloo line 1972 stock stick bug. That's going to be in the Bakerloo line. We'll be handing further trains forward, and then get moving. There we go. Yeah, not quite an IC noob, I'm afraid. Sent the fastest IC train in the world if that was the case. Oops, I saw the red signal now, so we're going to have to train to a halt before we can get to the platform. Remember what the key binding is to get rid of the stop markers. Options, settings. Where's the stop markers? There we go. Off. That's more like it. It was Control 7. No, then what then? Yep, stop on the green. That's the plan, Alicia. I know how stop markers work, I just don't need them. On mainline trains, you've got stop markers that tell you on the side of the platform when to stop. On the ground, you pull to the end of the platform. Right, train holds. Doors released. So there's no actual set title for us to follow. See, there's no time limit on the top left here, but essentially, we're keeping ourselves behind a stopping Bakerloo service. And therefore, we need to show our signal zone to kind of change midway through our drive. Other than that, it's a pretty standard underground scenario. Default livery, of course. Not much we can say about that. Also, I must note the loading passenger does take a little bit longer. So I was ready to do the parts. Haven't played this in a while. Need to uninstall because Microsoft Flight Sim needs the whole 1TB hard drive. Woo! Well, I don't go to train sim entirely. I mean, yeah. What do I prefer, Alicia? Trains or planes? I mean, I work in railways myself, and I volunteer in railways as well, so my life is surrounded by trains. But would I say I prefer it more to planes? I don't know. I don't know. I do like my trains, do like my planes. Would it be free? Yes. So the Creators Club is free, AppGeek. It released earlier today, so it's now available for everyone to download. It's been slowly kind of talked about in the last couple of weeks leading up to the release, but it has now fully released. It's now there for everyone to download and create your own scenarios and liveries with. Right, but if you're not a creator yourself, then even just the ability to download more liveries and scenarios to your sim, it's an appreciated update. A lot of people have been looking for an extra kind of boost to their sims, so it's nice to have. It's actually nice to have. Yes, this is Train Sim World 2, this is Train Sim World 2. It's not a link, AppGeek, you just download the update to Train Sim World. It's all built into the Dovetail Live kind of infrastructure, which has been there for a little while, but hasn't really done much in terms of actually what you can do with it. So, but actually, by having the full release for Creators Club now, it gives Live a little more to actually. It gives Live more to do. I mean, it's been there kind of showcasing news and updates from time to time, but by actually integrating the cross-platform play now, with sharing liveries and scenarios, it's just a nice extra that it should have done probably earlier on, but the big thing that Dovetail have had issue with in the past is licensing, because you can't really share company liveries without permissions for these companies in particular. But certainly is an appreciated update. I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy the mix of scenarios as well. Also with the extended load time at every station, gives us a chance to kind of step out and explore as well. These stations, they are rather well built. It's not perfect, there's a few minor kind of inconsistencies of real life underground stations in the sim, but for the most part, it's pretty accurate to what you expect to London North. Yeah, okay, no, the station's floated, of course. This is just a put together scenario. The bottom right is the height track list. If you notice, not the heights track. It's the gradients, not the heights. That's the gradients. That shows you the how steep the particular bit of track is you're driving on. Underground, I wouldn't say underground relaxing, realistic. Anything, underground's the most, especially when you're driving normal time table mode. We have to really keep to times for everything. It's probably the sharpest route in the entire sim. I think train front have got quite a bit of a gap building. Actually, about there's a station in front, kind of departing the same time as us. So we're not really separating by any way. It means keeping our distance, but we're behind them for most of the journey. We'll go to Waterloo. After Waterloo, it should then be Embankment to the station. So it's Elephant Castle, Lambeth North, Waterloo, Embankment. I'm sure there's another station for Baker Street. It's Marylebone, Edgware Road. I have to have a look. So Waterloo, Embankment, Charing Cross, then Piccadilly Circus. Oh man, it's a few before we get into Baker Street, then Marylebone, Edgware Road, Paddington, Warwick Avenue, Mile Vale, Kilburn Park, then leave the tunnel at Queen's Park, and that's when train comes from terminate. Bakerloo, not my strongest line. I'm going to use it every so often. It's not the most. Actually, well, I use it kind of once a day-ish, depending on what kind of shift I'm on at work. Right, to Waterloo. So do one more stop after this. We'll go to Charing Cross, and then we'll have a few liveries, have a few different scenarios as well. Because I guess this is a pretty standard thing for a scenario. Drive the underground train, pretty much. But we'll have a look at some of the other scenarios as well, and liveries that exist on the old platform. And some of those Network Southeast stuff I saw, that was looking really, really good. So definitely one we'll take a look at in a moment. Cross over to our platform if you want to as well. Just across the tunnel. And down we go. Cool, quite a curvature into embankments. Into Waterloo, sorry. The old eastbound platform. Right, back when we go. Close the doors. Next station. Embankments. Not sure if I can get in Farshad. It probably means you've been banned in previous occurrences in the past, because Link there is still active. Still very much active. People use it all the time. Thank you, Alicia. I'm glad you have my favourites. Welcome, See You Play Stuff. How you doing? Welcome channel. On chat. Hi today, dude. How are you doing? Do you feel that... I mean, no announcements in the train. Announcements on the underground would certainly add a lot more life to it. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see it in the future. But... again, that comes down to licensing, kind of the voices. The infrastructure would need to be developed, but that would be impossible. I mean, you look at something like Water Subways that got passenger announcements straight away from day one. I'd like to see it, Pascom and Sim. I'd love to see it, but it really comes down to the ability of the Dovetail are also willing to develop it as well. Creates Club Future basically allows you to share liveries and scenarios across trains in Train Sim World. So if you're an Xbox user or a PC user, you can now download liveries. See that line there. Download the liveries, share them across different platforms, and just kind of just download other liveries really. So there will be a limitation of kind of real world stuff for now, depending on which companies have allowed licensing to go through and which one haven't. But for the most part, the big ones are up there. So we'll do one more Charing Cross, and then we'll bring it to an end. Embankments, not the see, there's like a few minor detailing inconsistencies like embankments, but I mean the station itself does look pretty much like the real thing. Charing Cross could have done a few more of the heritage details that the station has in real life. Look, walking downstairs animation that was added with the old Rush Hour update. Rush Hour was an interesting update. It did improve a lot of passenger services and passenger numbers in the sim. But there's a few like. No, it did a job. It added new clothes and outfits and passenger faces. Now I'll give it something. The Rush Hour updates for passenger stuff was actually rather well done. I'll go to Charing Cross and then we'll have a look at some of the liveries that we've downloaded. And some of the Network Southeast stuff looked really good. Some of those Arriva liveries as well for 150. That's pretty good. So come on, train. There we go. Have you tried Great Western Sim? Yes, I have, Alicia. It was the original. It was the very first DLC that released. So the original game was CSX Heavy Haul, which came out in like the alpha and beta of Train Sim World. The first DLC was Great Western Express. We covered that quite a lot on this channel when it first released. One of the very first Train Sim videos on this channel as well was the Great Western Express. Yeah, so I only covered it a couple of times. Did that real world scenario livery as well, using modern trains in place of the old 166 and HST. Welcome, Andy Party. How you doing? Welcome channel. On chats. Hi today, dude. How are you doing? Yeah, Charing Cross again. Another very different design for stations. This one's a lot more browner. In reality, it's like a load of Tudor artwork, drawings, and slices of the platform wall. Whoops. Yeah, because again, in regards to licensing, that'll probably get the images done, and therefore kind of stick with more generic platform. But again, it's not the end of the world. It does that Charing Cross. One that cannot complain. And then for the actual staircase, yeah, on the other side, yes they are. So that's it's quite a long walk from here to the mainline platform at Bakerloon. Right, let's have a look at some liveries. So go back to options, main menu, let's see what we've got. So, we downloaded a few 150 liveries at the West Cornwall local. Let's go to explore, timetable, pick a train, any train, cost 150. So we downloaded the Network South East livery, which is pretty good. So train where I was 1. Great Western Green, as I put together and uploaded to the what do you call it? It's the Creators Club. Scott Rail, this is the old National Express Crossrail colours. You can see the orange, blue, white and green. Always liked this one actually, always liked it. This, and this is just standard British Rail livery. So we'll go for Network South East because that's kind of the classic for the actually no, we won't go for South East, we'll go for Arriva. I think we'll go for Arriva. Arriva kind of did all the sprint stuff today. A nice short service, nice and earth. Let's give it a go. Yes, I did mention Matt's the POS guy. He's a good friend of mine. What else are you looking for there, Andy? I can see if I get him to record some stuff for you soon. But yeah, Thameslink Voice is Matt's. I won't go for a surname because it's published. He does TikTok, Matt the Train Guy. But yeah, it's a good friend of mine. If you want any voice announcements past 700 Thameslink, I can try and get some recorded for you soon. Grab the map over here and the poster, and that's it. Your old style station board there, or TRT monitor, very good. With ice creams, thank you very much. Yeah, it's quite a fun little station. St Ives, tiny little place. I'd love to do it real life one day. Make the trip down at some point in the future. Right, lock doors, let us depart. Not too much power into throttles, to know how the system's also braking on a separate lever in this thing. Release, now we drive. Next station, Carbis Bay. Got about 3 minutes to get there, 1 mile to drive. Probably useful to turn the headlights on as well. They are here. Mark lights off. They're on. Headlights today. Lights on. Lights off. There's lights on. Cool. So here's a new short little shuttle service between St Earths and Ives. 2 car sets, just back and forth between 2 stations, and there's 2 or 3 stops on the entire branch. I was a fairly regular for you, Zenor, very nice. I've been down to Penzance in real life. I've been down with Great Western, changing at Plymouth. So drove an 800 to Plymouth and then changed over to a castle set, rest of the way to Penzance. That was really good. One day I did have to kind of stop at St Ives and St Earth, kind of go between 2 stations, look at some scenery on the route as well. Has the phone problem? You can't do anything. Right, so train plan. What you need to do, I'll show you now. So if you go to options, go to settings. What you need to do is you need to log out of Dovetail Live, press yes, and then you need to re-log back into Dovetail Live. So you need to log out and log in. If you can't download or upload, it's down to the fact that you need to accept the terms and conditions for the Creators Club. So that's why you can't upload. You need to log out and log in. That way you can then access the Creators Club. King's Cross to Peterborough and Cambridge, Moorgate's Turbo Glass Steve Niche that's right 10 and 2. We also match it with our. Okay, I'll see what I can do for you, dude. I'll see what I can do for you. Yeah, if you can't upload or download Train Fan, just make sure you log out of Dovetail Live and log in again. You then accept the terms and conditions, and then you'll be good to go. That's probably what's catching you out. Right, now approaching Carver's Bay. Trace World has always been a really scenic affair. Fair enough, the it's not been the best route in the world on release. St. Austell to Penzance. It's not been the best release in the world, but it's still a very scenic, very pretty route. This not everyone's favourites, but I do really enjoy it. I do find myself going back from time to time, my own time. Even if I don't like complete a full service, kind of just seeing around Penzance, seeing around St. Austell, just really, really pretty. Quite a quick loading process here, so I'll go back into the seats. Close the doors very shortly. Let's prepare for departure. Not sure, DJ Aviation. So train sim stream, therefore I'm afraid don't do any flights and stuff on this stuff. Also, not sure why advancing controls need to know you're out. Well, I know I need to know it, but comes down to whether or not you've got Navigraph or not. Oh, if you've never signed up then, Train Fan, right, create a Dovetail Live account, because it's all into Dovetail Live. If they have Dovetail Live, then the liveries and the scenarios from Creators Club can't download, because it's all integrated onto Dovetail's own kind of server's backend, and therefore need to an account to access it. Just one, so let's say it's like Steam Workshop. To use Steam Workshop, you need a Steam account. If you don't have Steam, you can't use Workshop. So with the Dovetail Live, because it's cross-platform on console and PC, instead of using like Steam Workshop to do it on their end, you have to create a backend on your own setup, which in this case is Dovetail Live. Hence the requirements for licensing. If you didn't have it, then there's potential that they'll just delete your livery because it's copyright broken in that. So create a Dovetail Live account, log into it, and then you should be able to access the Creators Club. Not too bad, Joshua. Not doing too bad. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chat. How are you today? That station is Leyland. Our penultimate stop after Leyland should be St. Austell. It's a relatively steep downhill bit, this track, 1.7% gradient, so I'm finding myself kind of coasting on the brakes the entire way down. Fortunately with the rail driver, I've got speed on the unit itself, therefore I'm actually the InSim one just to my right, which is this one. Rather I can just use the one on my desk, which shows me the speed as I go down this hill. Nice and steady, very shortly approaching Leyland. Welcome, Leisure, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat. Hi, so dude, how are you doing? So the hill's getting a little bit less steeper now, and therefore we can start relaxing the brakes a little bit. Shallower and shallower as we now start to approach the platform. Steady, nice and steady. I'm not going to do bad, Joshua. I'm not going to do bad either. Just taking each day as it comes, really. Not much else to put out than that. Work's doing alright. Yeah, can't complain, really. Cannot complain. Right, now approaching Leyland's. The track has leveled out at this point. No more pushing on the brakes. Should be able to rob this platform without too much resistance. In the pain of the day, trying to work can't find any liveries for its main line because it crashes at Series X. So there is a known issue with the Xbox, some of the Xbox versions where it is causing crashes that are aware of it, and I hope you can try and patch that tonight. For the most part, it's been alright to move up. Well, it was a somewhat rocky start when everyone was doing it at the same time to kind of cause the servers to crash. It's relaxed a little bit now, not the more stabilised number of people actually using the configuration right now, but if it's crashing, then all I'd say is hang on a bit, you should be alright. Yeah, don't forget that the creative update is still in beta, therefore there's a lot more work to be done in the future. Still in beta, just give it time and things should eventually start to work a little nicer for you. These brakes. Right, and through the passengers boarding. Also, ice cream! Also, poster. And map. And more ice cream. Gosh, we can get that way in this route. Another map, the luggage carts. Also, snow apparently. Not what snow's doing here, but snow. Right, back in the cab. We depart in about 15 seconds, so make sure the doors are closed ready for departure. Let us release the brakes. Nice slow coast out of Leyland towards St Austell, final station. Which go circle? Avgeek, which go circle? Welcome, Margaret, how you doing? On channel, chat, how you dude? It's only a single branch line. People start at the platform. The cycles go southbound, not northbound. Yeah, so the Reaver trains always have been replaced by Transport for Wales. This is just an old livery, but it's the one that I remember. The old Sprinters, the old Reaver trains Wales units. Yeah, you are right. These have been replaced by Transport for Wales. Right, it's in Earth, 0.8 miles, very shortly at our destination. Passing through, can't remember the name of the station, but it's one that we don't stop at, and you're northbound only. That's it, Leyland Sortings, Leyland Sortings, another station just kind of further north from Leyland's. So I've not been here yet because nothing has been collected from discoverables. But Leyland Sortings, it's a less commonly stopped station, generally in the northbound. Sometimes you get southbound trains as well during the peaks, but for the most part, it's just a one-directional station, this one. Was given the close proximity to St. Earth, you could walk between two stations about 5 minutes, if that's. Sort of right. Oh, that's just AWS. Not active in this scenario because it's predates AWS. Well, I believe the system does have a circuit switch up here somewhere. There you go. So in this case, it rotates. Sometimes it appears and disappears. Sometimes it rotates. Basically, it's just the alert system that reminds you to check the signals, or if you pass through a signal that's not green. So it's like an amber aspect or a red aspect, so just as a reminder to say, hang on a minute, you've passed through a, or for example, pointer set, it's a reminder, reminds you to say, hang on a minute, you've passed through a signal which wasn't green, just pay extra attention to your next movement. Yes, that's just the AWS flower. I'm alright, Josh. It's been a while, man. How are you doing? Wrong channel, wrong chaps. How are you today? We're on platform B very shortly. 25 miles per hour. Nice and steady, Drawyah. Nice and steady. Got a few freight wagons on the right side as well, currently disabled in the yards. There goes St. Earth, St. Earth, St. Ives. This over here is the St. Earth for Penzance and London. So you've got a sliding platform here for the stop up. Wheelchair ramp for accessibility to the other platform. I presume this used to be a long platform once upon a time in the past. Shortens the car park bit in place. But this bit exists for the sake of loco hauling. So if there's a loco or a train that needs to stop at this platform, now as drivers can disembark the train onto the platform rather than onto the track, access what they need to access and then carry on from there. So we are going to stop preferably before the buffers. Nice and steady crawl into the platform. And if there are any train sim releases in Poland, then we'll see. Oh yeah, sorry, you were there yesterday. Sorry, Josh. Sorry, long day today. I'm just knackered, tired. So yeah, you were the British Airways with us from Heathrow to Prague. Right, into St. Earth. Unlock doors. Go pick up the discoverable map. It's mine now, it's 6:25. Let's grab the ice creams at the end of the platform. Lock the doors. And we're train to an end. There you have it, just completes. 17 minutes, accurate enough stopping, silver medal, I cannot complain. Right, let's have a look at what else we've got through the Creators Club. So we downloaded the Couple Network South East deliveries for the... Let's have a look, what else do we download? Go back, go to explore, go for a different star I think, this one. If we head over to... I don't think we downloaded anything for this one. Southeast, we did download the North Transplant Express. So if we had North Transplant Express installed, do we have it? The answer is I And yes, we do. They're going to Transform Express, Tools, Scenario Planner. Because we do a quick testing scenario, starting off at Manchester. Go for platform 15, confirm, towards Leeds, confirm. Leeds to the other platforms. So we're going to do the whole scenario, but just have a look at what we can put out. So if we go for the class 395, which is the... Sorry, I've got the off-roll mode, haven't I? Back, set scenario details, off the rails. Now it should work for us at add. Manchester 13, confirm. Leeds, platform 8, confirm. No stopping, confirm. I want to go at 395. Which is... There it is, Southeastern Blue. 6 carb loaded, why not? TP copy, confirm that. So this is essentially like the Great Western Railway one, where it kind of imitates, well, the 395 imitates the Class 800. This imitates a modern Class 802 unit used by the Trans-Southern Express. So again, a nice little extra that hopefully, again, it just adds extra variety. So it may not be the most realistic train for the routes in terms of the cockpit layouts, which is, sorry, the cab layouts, which is based off that of the Javelin, but similar enough that this does look pretty much like a TP Class 800. It does a fine job doing it, I must say. Looking at the livery detail, it does look really, really good. This. So if we go for CTAR rail, sorry, mask key in and train to neutral would be helpful. Now do the transfer rail link. Set the pan up shoes down. There we go, line of bolts set. Can open also right as well if you need to. Just have to just board and disembark. So the interior itself will just be southeastern blue, but the actual unit, pretty much as close to an 802 as you're going to get for the livery layout and the cab. Right, let's close the doors. Let's get going. Straight forward. Make sure the headlights are set, which is over here. So there are free add-ons in regards to, again, deliveries and scenarios. Not so much in the way of trains and routes just yet. Maybe on in the future, but at the moment the answer is no to that. My colours are on. Yes, they are. Not very bright, but they're there. Now, the speed limit on the transparent routes is certainly a lot faster these days compared to what they were in the 1970s. So we'll go above the speed limit in regards to what the sim's expecting. It's actually not that of what the real life route is at this day. Also, that's kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. There you have it. Yeah, so that's it. That is pretty much a quick introduction to the creators updates. And at some point in a couple of weeks, we'll have a look at into kind of what we have. It's still very much like day one, early release. Like, this is what we've got. Here's what we can do with it. I'm sure as time goes on, I'm sure we'll get more trains, more routes, more scenarios going on. You never know. This could really. There's the alarm's gone off. Has it? Nope. Change to neutral. Yeah, this is a first look at what could be really an exciting update for future train sim. Wish you'd do a journey from your hometown Stafford. Stafford not too far from my parents' house from, well, my father's house from. Penkridge. Right, like I say, first look at the creators update. Looking really good this. Very excited for what the future brings. Other than that pretty much covers everything today. So over the next couple of weeks, we'll try and do a few more kind of full-length scenarios with the old creative update. Don't know if you can do liveries, see what else that exists. For example, I'm sure with this livery and something for the Sprinter, you can get a pretty well-defined modern Transformer Express going on. Because you've got updated speed limits as well. Great Westerns, a few great scenarios out there as well, modern liveries, modern routes, and modern trains, all that kind of stuff. I've already covered that in a previous video on this channel, which is the plane spotting. Thanks for the 249 there. Oh, goodbye next time. Yeah, so there's a lot already out there. It's a Great West Modern, Transformer Express Modern, a lot of the other heritage routes that have modern recreations as well. So it's looking really good, that. Also, I'm sure we should be up for news. Ooh, shoots. Ah, okay. Derailed. For those who say you can't do your own train sim, that's proof you can do it right there. But yeah, let's say it's just a fun little update. It's a creative update, looking really, really good. This, I'm very excited to see what the future of it brings in time. I know it's a shard in the background of that image there. Doesn't really appear. Well, it kind of appears in the background of the Bakerloo line, but it's not London Bridge, South Eastern, or Waterloo, which isn't there as well. Of course, the Bakerloo line, which is Waterloo. I might see a few more mainline routes through central London on the surface. Like Thameslink to platform is pretty good as well. Also, that goes to London Bridge. Right, so, like I said, that's Creators Update. That's a quick look into what the future train sim is looking like. So what features got Steampunk, AC440, Thameslink train bow. It's interesting for the 395. 365, 465. Come on, Drawyah. We're tired. Just go to sleep. But yeah, so looking really good. This. I'm very excited for the. Oh, that is good. I can download that. I'm excited. The feature looking pretty bright for the old train sim. And again, with the whole kind of sharing scenario option up there, it's just more to do, more to see, more to do. So yeah, that is that. Take care, guys. Have a good evening, and I'll see you soon for some more train sim action. Take care, and bye bye.